Hi everyone, welcome to Theo and his pedals, and today I'm joined by Nuno from Lusithand Devices. He's got something very nice to show us here. He's showing us this new preamp, the double NFP Special Mark II bass preamp. Now, he's also got a very nice custom-made bass with him too. So first, let's talk a bit about that bass. Who made the bass?
Yeah, so this bass was made by my friend Luís Farinha. He has Luís Farinha Custom Guitars. He's not a very active luthier, but I like his job and we're friends. So we did this. The specs are kind of, I like the jazz bass body. I love jazz basses, so we used kind of a augmented jazz bass body. We've got the preamp that we're going to talk about later, and the pickups, which are made by Turner Pickups. I believe they are the SEP variant, which is 1 humbucker per string. And the voicing of the pickups, it's the English voicing.
Okay. Okay, great.
Preamp is called the double NFP special, and it's the Mark II.
Okay.
Yeah, because there was a Mark I, whereas there was a few changes were made. I succumbed a bit to the pressure of people asking, can you do like the wall filters, have the pick attack? And I was always a little bit against it because I didn't really want to do something that close to the wall.
Okay.
But eventually I thought, you know what, a lot of people do ask. I did a few tweaks, I changed a few things, and I just apply the attack function.
Did you think that a lot of these people that were asking were like Justin Chancellor fans?
I mean, it's possible. I am a Justin Chancellor fan, so when I do think of the wall sound, I might be mistaken, but I do think of that Justin sound. I think a lot of people do not make a wall sound like that, if you know what I mean.
I think as well with the wall, like I think he's one of the modern, bear in mind Tool have been going since the 90s, one of the modern bass players that have really brought the Tool kind of back into public consciousness. Geddy Lee's sound on, I'm not sure if it's Power Windows, he played a wall. And as you were telling me, Flea on Blood Sugar Sex Magic, most of that is a wall. So a lot of that stuff is really 80s and maybe, I don't know, early 90s
Yeah,
stuff.
it is one of those instruments of the 80s. Like you had so many instruments that define kind of an era,
a sound.
a decade.
And it's got this really muscular, punchy sound, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that has to do with the pickups. So they are multi-coils. In this case, because it's a 4-string bass, it has each pickup has 8 coils. The peculiar thing about it, and it's wired. The coils are wired exactly like the wall wires. Their pickups, especially in the MK series of their instruments, which is each string has a dedicated humbucker. So there's one humbucker here, another humbucker here, another humbucker.
Okay.
And go on. And the same thing for the neck pickup. Then these 4 pair of coils get blended, mixed in the preamp.
Okay.
So this one goes to the filter for the bridge filter. The neck goes to the neck filter. They get all of the coils get combined. You retain the full power of the pickups. So there's less crosstalk because they're electrically isolated.
Okay.
And they don't, and that's it. They don't load each other. Like for example, on a Strat, when you mix the neck with the middle or the bridge with the middle, they're both in parallel, and they're both. You almost like have
phase cancellation. Right?
And it's a completely different pickup sound.
Yes, yeah,
but
absolutely.
if you actually isolated them and then blended them together, you would get the combination of both sounds without any phase cancellation. That's kind of what's happening.
Okay,
here.
great.
Yeah, and then it goes to the preamp. And what's different about this preamp is that now the volume also acts as the attack.
Yep.
But just by pulling. So it brings up the frequencies between 4K and 6K.
Okay, boost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they're not there. Because the filters now, the difference between the previous preamp and this one is that on the previous one, both filters went up to 4K.
Yes.
So I didn't really feel there was a need for an attack because the frequencies are already there. But for this version, for this attack to work well, I had to cut actually to the same point that the wall cuts in their field, which is around 2.5K, which makes it a bit more mid strong, at least those higher mids.
Yeah, and I like my mids. So.
And you do feel that. You do feel that, and it's good. And you can boost them, and that's the same thing as was on the other.
Yeah,
version.
so the boost there is, so just to point out what we've got going on in this space, we've got a pair of Turner pickups. We have got a volume control which has the attack boost when you pull up the control, or down. Yeah. So yes, down, off, up, attack. You got pickup pan.
Yeah, it's a blend. Yeah. Neck, bridge. It's active. And so it's very smooth.
And essentially, this is where the preamp really comes in. You've got 2 filters, low pass filters on each of the pickups. But as well, you can
boost the resonance.
Yeah.
So let's say when they're open there, it's a 2.5. So let's say that it has like a small peak, but when you boost, the peak goes higher. So you have a stronger resonant frequency.
So those that don't know, so the resonance would be where a filter cuts off, you can have like a boost at that frequency as well. Yeah, a peak. So this will increase that peak.
Yeah. And what I added to this version is that inside there are some trim pots where you can both adjust the level of the attack of the treble frequency boost.
Yep.
You can adjust that level if you want more or less, and you have the same thing for the cues.
Okay.
So you can increase or slightly decrease how strong the cue is in general. It affects both when it's up and down.
Yeah.
So you kind of move up the levels.
Yeah. Okay,
or
great.
down a little bit. Yeah. And that's it. And the frequency range. The neck goes from 100 hertz. So the sweep goes from 100 hertz to up to 2.5K.
Okay.
And the bridge goes from 200 hertz to 2.5K.
Okay, so they're actually different. It's not the same low pass filter on each.
No, I used to do it like that, but I thought it was it didn't play as well. You had less range of so it was harder to find some sounds, especially on the bridge pickup, because you are cutting a lot of the low end. So it's like, why do we need to extend it so down to 100 hertz when the neck pickup is doing that job?
I've generally found with active basses in the past, it's just the same bass, but you know, bass treble. But this is a really different approach from what I'm used to, and I found it a lot more inspiring and a lot more usable. Like there's distinctly different tones rather than what I find with active basses generally, which is like, do you want more bass or less bass?
Yeah, I would say that a filter preamp, it helps you finding tones that kind of help you identify with yourself. Like you will make it sound like you, whereas a traditional equalization, it's literally just going to be, I want more bass, I want more treble, but you're not really defining the character. Something like this, it will have more character, but it is harder sometimes to wrap your head around the concept, because we're so used to the bass, mid, treble, just a little bit here, just a little bit there. Yeah. And this is very different. So I understand that for some people, they really love it. The first time, like, they found no trouble with it. Other people, like me in the past, it took me years when I had other filter preamps. Like, I can't make this. I can't make this work for me. And there needs to be some sort of like an awakening where it's like, oh, I get it. Yeah, I know how to use it now. Yeah, just play with both, blend one sound with the other.
I found it pretty easy to work out once I sat down with it. And yeah, as I said, it was totally different to anything I've been used to previously. So I've really enjoyed it. Thank you for letting me.
And thank you for doing this.